Hello everyone. Now I'll continue with the session 8 of the module 5 of temperature measurements, end of the module. In this session, I'll discuss pyrometer and classification of pyrometer and certain concepts belongs to pyrometers and total radiation pyrometry and as well as optical pyrometers. Now, first we look into what exactly pyrometer. Say a pyrometer is a non-contacting device it is which interrupts and measures thermal radiation, and this is a device which can be used to determining the temperature of an object's surface without contacting to the surface. See, the thermal emission is based on black body concept. Your well known black body is an object that absorbs all electromagnetic radiation that falls onto it, and no radiation passes through it, and none is reflected. Electromagnetic radiation just depends on the temperature of black body. Some terms are related to pyrometers. First one emissivity, second one field of views FOV, and spectra responsivity. First one, we'll see what exactly an emissivity. The ratio of energy radiated from a material's surface to that radiated from a black body at the same temperature and the wavelength under the same viewing conditions we can called as emissivity. Emissivity, which is depends not only on the material but also on the nature of the surface it depends. The field of view FOV always easy calculation of the minimum target size for a working distance. Generally, a convenient measure which is taken of with the distance to the target ratio. Example is 100 is to 1 is a best example for FOV, which indicating a minimum target of 10 millimeter at a 1000 millimeter measuring distance. Then spectra responsivity, which is a range generally, and this can be say the range should have been selected so that emissivity of the surface is as high as possible to maximize the characteristics radiation from the measurement object and minimize the reflected ambient radiation. Now, the classification belongs to pyrometers. There are four different types of pyrometers which are available. Fiber optic pyrometers, single color pyrometers, uh, ratio type pyrometers, and multi wavelength pyrometers. In case of fiber optics pyrometers, these are useful for high ambient temperature with no need of a cooling system at all, and ambient temperature up to 250 degrees centigrade. And in case of single color pyrometers, these have been operated over a narrow range of wavelengths, basically used for glass at 5.14 micrometer. Then ratio type pyrometers. These are used during measuring radiated energy of an object between two narrow wavelength bands, and which can be calculated further for to find out the ratio of two energies. Whereas in multi-wavelength pyrometers, that is multicolor, which is accurate pyrometer generally, and accurate temperature can be gained only when the knowledge of surface emissivity know thoroughly. Some advantages belongs to pyrometers. The ability to monitor temperature in a situation where the object is inaccessible. Second advantage, where the object may be contaminated or damaged by a contact sensor. This is a sensor which has been used may won't have any restrictions for measuring the temperature. And third advantage, where contact is not possible due to extremely high temperature. Let us take an melting of metal. See, for an aluminium, the melting temperature was around 50 degrees centigrade. For steels, around 1200 to 1600 degrees centigrade. See, there, then definitely there will be an high temperatures which are involved. If you want to know the temperature of the melt, is very difficult to know online. See, then definitely with the help of pyrometer we can find out without any difficulty. An infrared thermometer can be mounted remotely from the hot target, enabling it to operate for longer periods with the minimal maintenance. And here we can quote, the maintenance is very less. Very fast response time in tune of microseconds. The very fast response. Certain applications belongs to pyrometers. Glass industries they are using effectively. Nuclear industries they are using it. Pharmaceutical industries, cement industries, non-ferrous industries, chemical and fertilizers industries. Glass industries, if they want to cut the glass to the suitable size of the ranges, so it's very difficult to cut, right, by using some cutting devices or instruments with the infrared rays, right, which can be just focusing on to the where cutting mark which we required, and it can be shown a particular line to separate two pieces. Nuclear industries also they are using it, right, in the nuclear reactors. Pharmaceutical industries, medicine companies, cement industries, they want to mix their additives of the cement with at higher temperatures. It's very difficult to know the temperature mixing up. Then with the help of pyrometry we can identify. Non-ferrous industries, already I've been given an example, aluminium melt or steel melt. We can find out the melt temperature. Chemical and fertilizer industries also they are using it. The principles used for radiation temperature measuring devices. There are two different pyrometry principles: total radiation pyrometry and selective radiation pyrometry. See, in the case of total radiation pyrometry, the total radiation can be receives all the radiations from the hot body and focuses it onto sensitive temperature transducer like a thermocouple. So, and moreover, it consists of a radiation receiving element and measuring device to indicate the temperature. The most common type, which is generally of a particular sketch, I'll show you. This is a lens type radiation pyrometry, which is moreover receives all the radiations from a hot body and focuses it onto a sensitive temperature transducer like a thermocouple. See here, you can look into this. This is a lens which is kept it nearer to an source, radiation source, and a diaphragm which is you kept in between the receiver and the lens, right? And now the radiation which is focused onto the lens and it gets dissipated onto the receiver, right? With the help of eyepiece we can find out what exactly the radiation which has been obtained. And moreover, this whatever radiation receiving element which is measures the indicating temperature. But whereas in case of selective radiation pyrometry, this involves the measurement of spectra radiation intensity of the radiated energy from the heated body at a given wavelength. See, this is a very important aspect from which wavelength plays an important role here. See, in case of total radiation pyrometry, it is purely an radiant energy which is represented by an area using Stephen Boltzmann law, and radiation pyrometry which is extended to receive maximum amount of radiation energy at a wide range of wavelengths which are possible. See this I have explained for lens type already. Now see this is a mirror type, similar principle which is adapted same as that of lens type, but only difference was, see here, instead of one diaphragm, here a set of diaphragms which have been used with a mirror to focus radiation onto the receiver, and distance between the mirror and the receiver may be adjusted for a proper focus to determine what exactly the temperature which is dissipated onto an radiation, that is radiant energy. So now next we look into an optical pyrometers. Optical pyrometers uses a method of matching as the basic for their applications or operation, and a reference temperature is provided in the form of an electrically heated lamp filament, and measures of temperature which is obtained by optically comparing visual radiation from the filament that from of an unknown source. This exactly the principle of radiation from one of the sources as viewed is adjusted to match with the other source. This is a sketch which shows optical pyrometer. This is the eyepiece, and this is the red film, and this is the lamp, and this is an absorption filter. This is an objective lens, and which is in turn connected to a rheostat with a battery and with the ammeter, and this is the temperature source it has. And now the optical pyrometer is highly developed and well acceptable non-contact temperature measurement device, which is widely used in accurate measurement of the temperature of the furnaces like uh, molten slag or molten melt. It is actually molten melt, molten melt, and other heated materials. So this is a certain uh, uh, images which have been used to identify what exactly in the temperature of the filament. See, this is the figure A which shows the filament temperature which is too low. If it is a darker spot which is available from the figure B, that is filament temperature is too high, and if it is correct filament for current with two just lines with narrow bandwidth. From this, we can identify what exactly the temperature dissipated by a pyrometer. Now we'll discuss certain multiple choice questions. First one, for measuring the temperature of a boiler furnace, which one of the following is the appropriate thermometer? C. Optical pyrometers. B is thermocouple. C is bimetallic thermometer. D is resistance thermometer. See, the answer will be an optical pyrometer, because the boiler furnace, which is appropriately uses a thermometer to know the steam which is produced in the boiler, then definitely optical pyrometer is the correct answer. Second question, which of the following instrument is used suitable for measuring the temperature of a red hot moving material like molten steel or molten cast iron? See here, options are gas thermometer, B thermistor, C thermocouple, D radiation pyrometer. D is the radiation pyrometer because see the hot moving material like molten steel or a molten metal for a human being cannot visible with the naked eyes, then definitely it should be radiation pyrometers can identify their melt temperature. Third multiple choice question. Contraction or expansion due to change in temperature can be measured by. Options are dilo, dilotometer, fathometer, uh, tulrometer, and thermocouple. See here, see expansion or contraction is due to change in temperature can be measured by dilotometer. See, this is an instrument which is used for contraction or expansion. Question number 4. Which of the following can be used as a thermal detector? Options are thermistor, option B, pyrometer, option B is pyrometer, option C is thermocouple, D is any of the above. See here, thermistor is also used for measuring temperature, pyrometer is also for measuring temperature, thermocouple is also for temperature. Then answer would be any of the above. Fifth multiple choice question. A pyrometry is a device. Uh, options are contacting, non-contacting, partial contacting, immersed. A pyrometry is a non-contacting device. Without contacting the surface, it will detect the temperature. Correct? No? Then answer will be non-contacting. Answer will be non-contacting. Sixth multiple choice question. For an optical pyrometer useful for high ambient temperature with no need of cooling system, the statement is true or false. See, see you can read once again. For an optical pyrometer useful for high ambient temperature, then definitely 250 degrees centigrade. See, that is true. The statement is true. Then which of the following which of the following thermometer is preferred for measuring temperature around 1250 degrees centigrade? Options are A. Platinum resistance thermometer, B. Optical pyrometer, C. Constant volume gas thermometer, D. Mercury thermometer. See, these three thermometers which are not used for measuring above 1000. The only the pyrometer which is generally using for measuring 1000 degrees centigrade and above. Then optical pyrometry or pyrometer is the device which is used for measuring temperature above 1000 degree, that is 1250 degrees centigrade. Eighth multiple choice question. An optical pyrometry works on the principle of expansion of fluids, change of electrical resistance, thermoelectric effect, total radiation. It's very quite simple answer it is. Total radiation and option E is monochromatic radiation. See here you can observe. See, uh, generally we may get confused and will take total radiation. See, but it is generally a monochromatic radiation. Ninth question. Radiation pyrometer works on the principle of Stephen Boltzmann's law, Seebeck effect, Ohm's law, Curie's law. See, it works on black body concept, that is Stephen Boltzmann's law. Works on Stephen Boltzmann's law. Question number 10. Pyrometers, which reacts to all wavelengths of incident radiant energy, is known as. Options are optical pyrometers, disappearing filaments type pyrometers, polarizing pyrometers. D is total radiation pyrometers. See here, the wavelength of an incident radiant energy, see then definitely it would be total radiation pyrometers.